Hola everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be using the James Charles times Morphe palette again, but I'm going to be doing a different look. I was going to do something where it's like my necklace picks my color because I got this necklace from my mother-in-law. Basically we went to Colorado at the beginning of this month and we had like a huge anniversary party for everyone because it was my husband and I's anniversary that had just passed recently, and we always used to like celebrate our anniversaries and give each other presents and stuff. So since we've been living here in Texas instead of in Colorado, once we went to visit, we all like bought each other gifts and everything and kind of gave them to each other. So like in the last video I did, I was talking about my sister-in-law getting me these awesome Ofra and NikkieTutorials products, this charm bracelet, but then my mother and father-in-law went over to Norway this year. They went over to Europe and they bought this awesome necklace that changes colors depending on what light you're in. And I thought that it would be purple because sometimes it turns purple, but it's like an orangey pink right now. But either way, the look that I wanted to do today is like a purpley blue look, because that is something that I typically do not do. I never put purples on my eyes or blues. So I did a blue look back in the summer, but that was like a very light blue, like summery look. So this is going to be a more toned down, darker, like fall themed purpley blue. So this is going to be something that like all my looks that I'm going to be doing throughout this series, I want to kind of keep that you can wear out in public. It will be dramatic, but you can still wear it out in public. So I'm just gonna kind of wing it and just go with whatever my gut tells me. So we're gonna go ahead and start the video. Alrighty guys, so this is going to be sped up pretty quickly, so I hope that y'all can follow along pretty decently. Right now I have a Morphe M433 brush, and I'm using the shade Single, which is the lighter purple shade in the palette, and I'm just packing that in my lower crease and on my lid, and just kind of buffing that out. And then here in a second I will actually grab the shade Escape, which is the darker purple out of that palette, and I'm literally going to pack it right over the shade Single that we put, just so that that purple is more intensified and brighter. Because as much as I love this shade Single, I do feel like it is a little bit more on the pinkish side, whereas Escape is more of like a deep purple. So that's what I'm packing on right now, is the shade Escape. And I'm going to kind of leave the outer edge of that crease a little bit exposed with that shade Single, so that way it looks like it's been blown out a little bit and blended out just a little bit better. I will be spending a lot of time blending with this look, just because it is such a vivid dark purple, and whenever you use darker colors sometimes it can be a bit much. So now I'm grabbing the Morphe M441 brush and I'm using the shade Love That, which is like this maroonish pinkish purple. It's very pretty. That's actually one of my favorite shades that I've used so far in the palette, and I'm literally using that on the outer corner. So I'm using this to kind of buff out that edge so that everything looks so nice and cohesive and literally just blown out into like this smoky, beautiful purplish pink. And this takes a lot of patience. You can tell that I'm kind of packing it on there and then going in small itty bitty little circular motions. And I'm doing that in like more of an upwards fashion towards my brow. So I'm doing literally small little circles all around the outer edge of that crease. And I'm just blending it upwards towards that brow, so that everything, like I said, looks nice and blown out and smoky, and that there's no lines at all. And then I go back and forth with little windshield wiper motions every now and then just to make sure everything else looks good. So like I said, just patience and blending, and you know, just taking your time. That's really all that it amounts to. So now that I have that on there the way that I like for the moment, I am grabbing my concealer, I believe. Actually, this is the N.Y.X Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk. And I am putting that all over my Wet n Wild concealer brush. This is like a concealer eyeshadow brush. And basically I'm doing a halo cut crease type look with this. So as you can tell, I'm just going literally in the center of the eye and just kind of making that stand out. I'm not bringing it all the way into the inner corner like I did in my last look though. I'm literally keeping this in the middle of my eyelid and up the middle of that crease area. I'm not going to put it so high, but I do want it to be a little bit intense. So now I just have a regular like flat eyeshadow brush, and I put the shade Artistry on there, which is like this purple shimmery like iridescent blue shade, and I just love it so much. And then I literally just flipped that over and grabbed the shade Hello, which is, oh my god, beautiful. Like this made this look pop so much. I didn't think that I would love this shade the way that I do, but this shade has got me feeling some kind of way. So once I have that packed on there, I am literally grabbing the E18 brush and packing some more of Escape on the inner and outer corner of that, and just kind of blending it in a little bit where we had put that shade Artistry and Hello, just so that there's no harsh lines when it comes to that area and everything looks nice and blended from the inner corner to the outer corner. Obviously we want there to be that dramatic boldness that Artistry and Hello showed in the center of the eye. And once everything looks nice, we are going to be done and completed with this look. And I'm just going to grab a baby wipe underneath there, and then I'll add some lashes and see it in a second. Alright guys, so I am done with both of my eyes. It is very glam, very dramatic, like super dramatic. I put on some foundation. I need to bring it down my neck because I feel like it looks crazy. So I'm gonna bring my foundation down my neck and then put the rest of my face on. My face is actually set with some translucent powder so that it looks nice. But this is what it looks like. Tried to blend it as best as I could. The colors blended very well, which is awesome. And I also threw on some lashes, obviously. So I'll put on the rest of my face, and then we'll do the lower lash line and finish everything else off. So basically what I'm gonna use for my face today is my, I actually just bought this yesterday, and so far I love it. It is the Wet n Wild contouring palette in the shade Caramel Toffee, and I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to use this old school blush brush that I've had forever, and it's a nice little angled brush. The one thing that I've noticed is that this has like a lot of powder fallout, but it's not like anything crazy, so I'm gonna use that to contour the face. Alright, because I don't like my contour to be harsh, so that's why I'm kind of keeping it a little bit like that. And then I have to put some on my forehead. While I was off camera finishing everything, my mirror is just a cheap mirror that I got from Marshall's, but it's got, since the lighting in here is so awful, it's got this like light up display, and you could like turn it on and it's got like light it, but the batteries, like I heard a loud pop and I was like, what the heck is that noise? And it took me forever to figure out, and then there was like liquid running down the back of the mirror. I'm like, what the hell? Basically, the batteries ended up exploding in the freaking thing. 2 batteries ended up exploding, and there was battery acid just like all over everything. Luckily it didn't get on my brushes or on any of my other things, because I would have been really upset. But oh my gosh, it was just so weird and it freaked me out. I had no idea what the hell was happening. So now I am going to grab the Becca x Jaclyn Hill Champagne Glow Kit. It's been a while since I used this, but we are going to use, we're going to use this shade right here. This is the shade, oh god, I can't remember. Oh my gosh. Pampelmousse? I'm pretty sure that's the one. Pampelmousse. I'm going to tap off the excess. And I am using the Morphe R2 brush. This is a nice big fluffy brush to use for this. Because I want nice, rosy, like mauve-y, purpley cheeks to kind of go with this. What the heck is happening? Is it raining outside? I don't know what's going on out there, but I keep hearing stuff on the roof. And I haven't forgot that I need to blend my neckline down, because I am aware that I look like a crazy person. These blushes just apply so beautifully. And then I'm going to grab this guy right here. This is just a Sonia Kashuk old school brush. And I'm going to go over those apples of my cheeks just so that they don't look harsh and silly and, you know, they don't look crappy. Alright, and now I'm going to grab my Body Shop blush brush. That's literally what it's called. But I'm going to use it for highlight. I have been loving this for highlight powder. So I'm going to be using the Ofra x NikkieTutorials highlight in the shade Everglow. And I'm literally going to just make a little circle just like that. Got some on here, tap some of the excess off, and then literally just like kind of tap it on. And there's a trick that I learned from watching a NikkieTutorials video. Actually, it was whenever the makeup artist for Fenty Beauty got on there. She said what she does is she goes like this and like makes like this swoop motion. So that's what I'm gonna do. So it just like makes everything look so nice and pretty. So I'm gonna do the same thing to this side. So, and put some on my nose, the tip of my nose here. And then I'm also going to put some like right here. Not quite down the bridge of my nose, but just like right here. I'm going to use the light shade. There we go. And then a little up here, and a little on my chin, and then I'm gonna grab these two light shades and just like I want that glow to be poppin'. I want a highlight mustache for sure. Okay, now alright, so I think that's probably good for that. And now it's time to do the lower lash line because, girl, I look like a cray mess. So I'm going to grab a Morphe M432 brush, and then I'm going to grab that shade Escape. Well, I'm glad there's just glitter all over this. It must have been from whenever I tapped off my highlight, so that's always fun. Damn it. Alright, so I'm grabbing that shade Escape. Just a good little portion, and I'm going to tight line this as close as I can on my lower waterline. I'm going to try to do this so that you guys can see it, because I realized while I was editing my last video that I kept like looking down like this to do it, so I'm going to try my hardest to like keep this elevated for you guys so that you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to just press it. I'm not gonna like swipe or anything yet. I'm gonna just press it in there. Just like that. I don't want to bring it like all the way in, but I do want to bring it most of the way, and I want more product on the outer edge and then go lighter on my way in. Okay, now I'm gonna kind of swipe it around. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to buff that out a little bit. I'm going to be using the shade Love That, which is the one that we had used right here to kind of blend out that purple so that there wasn't that harsh line. So that's like what this pink shade is that you see on the outer edge. So I'm going to grab Love That, and this is a Morphe B42 brush. This is like a nice like flowy blending brush. So I'm going to get a little bit of that, and I'm going to go on the outer edge and kind of just like go back and forth in like these kind of motions right here. Sorry, I felt like I had to burp, but I kept being weird. I'm smoking that out pretty good. You can already tell such a big difference in these two eyes. Awesome. And I am also going to grab my black liner. I don't know honestly what shade this is, but I'm going to go on the lower lash line with this. I'm not going to really bring that in super far because I don't want it running into my water, like my tear duct. And then I'm going to grab that brush again, and I'm going to grab the black shade Spooky, and I'm going to run that over that. Give it a little bit more dimension. Darken it up, make it sultry. Alright, that is about how I want it to be. And I'm also I put some highlight in the inner corner using the shade Ring Light, but I'm also going to use the Everglow highlighter and just kind of brighten it up just a little bit more because I want that inner corner to be pizzoppin'. Where the hell is my brush that I used for this? And why is the construction outside so loud? And why is the kitten being a skank? Okay, here's the brush I was using. This is the Sonia Kashuk, just small little like pencil brush, and I'm using the white shade, that vanilla shade there. I'm gonna go back over it and bring it further down. Like, I want that inner corner to be really lit. Bring this along my brow bone just a little. Like on the outer tail is mostly where I want that. This is dark. Alright, and I'm going to grab my Lash Paradise mascara. Alright, so I'm actually going to use a liquid lipstick and a lip gloss by ColourPop. So this is the liquid lipstick I'm going to use. This is the shade R&B, and this is the lip gloss that I'm going to use. It's My Little Pony times ColourPop, and it is an ultra glossy lip in the shade Dream Castle. So this is dried down good enough, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can pick up like the glittery effect that it's giving, but oh my gosh. And honestly, I may not put this all over the whole lip, but maybe just like in the center. I feel like it needs to be on the whole lip. Okay, I was so nervous to get that lip gloss shade whenever I was ordering it because it is so like different. Like in the tube you can tell it's got like a little bit of glitter to it, and up close it is just so beautiful. And I'll zoom you guys in here in a sec and show you like the finalized look. I always take my hair down so that I don't look like a complete creepo. But this turned out way better than I expected. I kind of started it and didn't really know where the hell I was going to go from here. If I'm 100% honest, I had started the first time after I did my intro, and the look that I had started was like, I had the purple like way up here in the crease, and it just looked awful. So I like had wiped some of it off, and I was like, you know, honestly, if I keep like the dark purple like low in the crease, that looks so much better. So yeah, I decided to take that off and then refilm it because I was like, there is no way that I'm doing that look because that just looks like a crazy psychotic mess. But this took quite some effort, not because of the shadows. The shadows actually blended perfectly together and they looked completely gorgeous all together. They were nice and smooth. Everything worked out perfectly, which is awesome, and everything just like meshed together so well. And I am super excited about how this looks because the look that I was kind of going for was more like, at least with this part, like more like unicorn mermaidy type vibes, and I love it so much. So I'm going to set my face just real fast. I'm probably gonna throw my hair back up again, set my face, and then I will zoom you guys in for a closer look. And I want you guys to realize that my camera may not always be the best quality or look good because I am actually using my iPhone. I have always used my iPhone to record my stuff, so it's weird, I know, but hey, you work with what you got. So I got this Morphe continuous setting mist the other day, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So just a nice little mist. Ooh. And I really love this stuff because it is actually a mist and it's not overbearing. Like my MAC Fix Plus, I love it, but for adding color on, but for setting the face, I hate it because it's like so much liquid all at once. So I'm gonna let this dry on me real fast. And then I might use a trick that I learned recently from Toffee, actually. Okay, well maybe not, because this actually looks so pretty. That setting spray worked awesome. Like, that's one of the first times I really used that setting spray, and it is amazeballs. So I'm excited that that works. That makes my day. And this is the palette in all its glory. I don't know if it's picking up where the glitter got on it, like right here. It's just like some highlighting powder, but it really aggravates me that it did that because it was all like shiny, or like all nice and matte, and now it's got like little flecks of glitter, which I guess big whoop. But I'm gonna bring you guys in a little bit closer so that you can see what's going on here, so you can see what the lip color looks like, the eyeshadow, everything. Now my brows are probably not going to be perfect, so keep that in mind, but let's move this closer. This is the final look right here. I'm really happy with how that lip color turned out. I'm happy with everything, honestly. Everything has looked great, so that's really exciting that that worked out. So alright, I'm done with this, so I hope that y'all enjoyed, and if you want to see more videos like this, please leave me a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe to me, go ahead and press that subscribe button. I would love if you joined the Glam Fam. It would make my day. So I'm going to be making much more looks with this palette as well. I think the next look I'm going to do is blue, and then I think I'm going to do some green as well. I don't know if I'm going to do blue and green together, but maybe. I don't know. It might be kind of fun to do blue and green together, or at least incorporate a little bit of green in there, because I really want to try all the colorful looks. And then, like I said, I want to do like a nice fall inspired look for you guys, which this is a very fall-esque, like glamorous purple eyeshadow, which I am super pleased with. Like, I never wear purples, and I really like this. It's like purple and pink. It's like the best of both worlds. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.